Good evening, and welcome to Diatribes, the midnight edition from the Voice of Doom. And now here is your host, the Voice of Doom. Sorry, everybody. It's the middle of the night, and I was hungry and, had a drink or two. So I felt like eating, and I forgot the show was going to be live. So, it might be kind of an improv. It's kind of wrap up everything that I've said before. May not even make it to the channel because I may be just too incoherent, but let's try. Getting a little disturbed with the way the world's going, the country, and by extension the planet, because the way I see it, it's a very complicated world. It's amazing that we're able to do what we're doing, but a lot of wires, a lot of things going through the air, a lot of Wi-Fi and a lot of satellites and a lot of clouds and a lot of data and just everything going all over the place, and lots of cars and lots of buildings and lots of freeways and lots of roads, and it's very complicated. And I'm amazed that we've come this far, to tell you the truth. But I mean, the government, I don't even call it government. Whoever is been elected to be in charge is not functioning. It's dysfunctional. And if people can't see it, then it's very irritating because it's a very complicated world, and you can have people supposedly the leader of the free world. I hate that phrase. I've been listening to it since 1964. He's the leader of the free world. This part of the world is free, and America is the big country in this side, so he's the leader of America. So he's the leader of the free world. And it's like, have you seen some of the leaders of the free world we've had? Come on. Stupid phrase. Never should have come up with that. That was part of the Dulles and all those guys. Leader of the free world. So the leader of the free world is, I could put it nicely, but say dementia, and say it's not going to get better. You saw my episodes before. You don't get better. You might try B12 shots or I don't know what. But unless they find some sort of a reversal cure, then you're not going to get better. And he's the leader of the free world. That's kind of scary to me. And yet, I kind of look at the other. I'm one major news outlet, and then there's the others. And one side is like, I can't believe it. It's actually, I'm thinking that maybe they're aliens or maybe they're just hypnotized or something. Oh, President Biden is looking so ponderous. What a statesman attitude. He's thinking so long on the answer before he says what's on his mind, and then gives a masterful answer. Oh my God, I'm not going to go on. Sickening. I ate spaghetti. The other side, laughing their asses off every time Biden makes a gaffe, which is 50 times a day if he's out in public. So they've got plenty of stuff to laugh about, but I don't really think it's that much of a laughing matter, because I said the world is very complicated. And we got all these variants floating around and all these people telling you what to do. I'm not going to say nothing about that, except there's countries other than us, I told you before, and they have plans. I'm trying to tie all the stuff I said together. And I'm going to go on by saying, I'll finish by saying it's not a laughing matter, and it gets a little tiresome to see the so-called sane right wing or whatever conservatives laughing at the fact that the leader of the free world is got dementia. And the people that seem to be influencing it the most aren't really, they don't have the experience or the know-how to run a very complicated country. I don't know if anybody else is seeing this. I am. I see it every day. It's like my prognosis for America and by extension the world is bleak. Very grave. But let's go on. Like I said before, man, we've had it really good. Everybody in America. We've been isolated for like 250 years. Isolated from people attacking us with boats and cannons and whatever. So we've had it really good, and we've taken advantage of that. I'm not going to say whether it was good or bad. I think that you take advantage of what's, given to you or offered, but do you exploit it or what? That's a fine line. That means good or bad. Are people good or bad? Do the right thing or don't. And suffer the consequences later. I don't have to worry about that because they all will, including all these so-called leaders or lawmakers or what have you that will get their karmic retribution. So I'm just going off on a tangent. We're not exempt. It's not the 1850s where they send armadas over across the Pacific to attack America. It's not 1941 where we're worried about Japanese aircraft carriers off the Pacific coast. No, it's like you can send anything and do anything at any time. People don't seem to want to get it. And I don't think there's much time. I was going to do some long, saga about history and talk about how all the presidents were kind of nuts. But I can wait till later because there's a lot to talk about. There's not much time left. It's going fast. There's a lot of chaos. And they got to get it together, and they're not going to get it together. Not with what they have. So obviously there's got to be a huge cataclysmic political change in order for us to even hope that we don't end up not caring about 2022 election because we're going to be too busy hunkering down. And who knows what we'll be subsisting on. So I got my nickname for a reason. I'm a fatalist right now. I wouldn't be a fatalist. I'm not a fatalist for everybody. I think a lot of people are going to survive whatever's coming. And we'll see how that plays out. And it's going to be very interesting. I hope I live to see the day. But just trying to tie everything all together and just getting all frustrated because I'm seeing a lot of things going on. We're very sophisticated and yet we're very stupid. And it kind of scares me because we need a new form of solving problems. And I won't even say government. I think we should do away with that word completely and say we need a new form of solving our problems. And we're going to do it fairly, and anybody who's interested can participate, and anybody who's not, don't participate. But this election thing now, come on. Why go on with it? Especially now when we're on the brink of destruction. It seems stupid to worry about elections. But that's me. I think things are going to go real bad. Real bad. And I say it's going to happen probably in 3 months and 29 days. I just have a feeling about that. So, it may not be that long because I really just wanted to get my, get a little stuff out that I was really getting pent up about because I wanted to really complain about the complacency and cavalier attitude It'll all be better in the next election. And it's like things are going really fast. Chaos is mounting, so snowball, and everybody should see it. With the border, letting people in, it's fine. Let them in, but they aren't required to follow the same laws that we follow, and we don't know if we're going to be locked down or what. And all the powers that be are just going here and there with your masks and your, well, there might not be, but let's worry about the Delta and keep that flat and keep all the viruses away from everybody for the rest of their lives. And that's not really the problem, but what I've said about that will remain hidden. A lot of crap going on. A lot of other countries out there, they have their own ambitions, not just countries, but people. We're overdue for a dictatorial despot that's going to get kind of drunk on his own power, and we're going to be caught flat-footed. So this goes a little longer because my brilliance never stops. Everybody should beware, everybody should be careful, and everybody should start trying to get along and really solve problems otherwise. End of times. So that was good. I enjoyed doing that. I hope everybody enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. It's kind of a short one, but I think I got a lot in there. Good night, everybody.